November 9th, 2001. I'm sorry I was not able to get back to you. This is from Peter Kent to me. I got your message but could not call and have not been home to write a note. You do not know how much I cherish you already. Your gestures and your thoughts are seemingly from another planet due to your gracious mannerism. I long to know you better. Would you call me whenever you get up? I do not want to wake you too early, and I know your 10 o'clock appointment that you must be preparing for. I would think that calling me on my cell would be best. I may well be on my way to you by the time you do call. God bless you abundantly. Peter Kent. He didn't get home until 1 a.m. because he was in jail for shoplifting a $3 kitchen knife. A pastor friend down the street came and bailed him out. I didn't get the message because I don't have AOL at home. Now, this is not in there, but I find that hilarious. AOL was like such an amazing thing in 2001. Oh my goodness, it was so amazing. And I didn't even have it at home. Going back to the diary. 8:45 a.m. My intention at the moment is to make contact with you earlier today. This must be Peter writing. I am off to get a driver's license change, and then I will be going the long way around to pick up some meds at Costco in Brandon on my way to you somehow. I am excited about us launching something together in a relationship. You seem to feel to me as I would wish about my special person to feel. I don't take that lightly. It is very fulfilling, and I could not ever say enough good about it. What I wish to learn is to act or to be as though it means the world to me, rather than playing safe and untrustworthy of a relationship. I think that going slow and talking about it a lot as knowledgeable adults is the way to go. I have many worthy things to do. Peter Kent. This is my email to Peter. Dear Peter Kent, I did not have access to a computer last night. The old laptop that I carried to the island was having modem trouble. I got it up and running, but it was too slow to bother with this morning. I'm glad you called. As much as I dislike talking on the phone, it is still the most effective for two people on the move. It is different when it is you anyway. Perhaps you will help me overcome this little problem. I just got into Easy Street and read your notes. I do care about you and think about you throughout the day. Being a woman, it is always easy to start over because there is always someone who will take you in, making you strong and wish you well on your way. I think it must be much harder for a man. You would know. I don't want you to try and argue with me about this trip. I will pay all of the costs involved, and I don't want you to reach for your wallet in any part of the travel or food expense this weekend. The only thing I want from you is that you are well rested and prepared for your exam. In some ways, I think even the distraction of a woman is bad timing for this, but I don't know quite what to do about that. Just know that I am patient. You will not believe how patient until you know me better, and I too want this relationship to go slowly. As much as I love the thrill of infatuation, I want something more lasting and ultimately more satisfying. We are having a chicken crisis right now, so I can't devote the time to that thought that I would like. Brandon is very congested, so be careful. If you get lost trying to get back to Easy Street, more people know where the Citrus Park Mall is, and we are across the street. I will send another letter momentarily that has the work list. For the cats, Carol Lewis, founder. And then this is going to be confusing because in italics is Peter writing, so maybe I'll just say it that way. Peter writes, well, actually, what Peter's writing is that he's referring to what I wrote. So Peter is referring to when I said, the only thing I want from you is that you are well rested and prepared for the exam. Peter said, this exam is fairly simple. I already passed the hard part. I had taken the exam in March at the University of Miami Law School and arrived 93 minutes late. That should be no surprise. The exam is 2 parts, point location, easy, and should take about 35 minutes of the 3 hours that they allot, and comprehensive. They let me sit for the exam anyway, but I missed the instructions for the point location procedure. I thought I got them all correct because they were commonly used points. I got a 35% on that part and passed the difficult part. All I really need to do is look through the book on the way there, and tomorrow morning when I can really cook, I usually study about 300 times faster in the early morning. And then he refers to where I said, in some ways I think even the distraction of a woman is a bad thing for this. He said, nah. And now I see that I had that in italics, and that was his response. And then where I said, but I don't know quite what to do about that, he said, there are only two requirements. One, do as I say. Two, do it immediately. LOL. I am leaving in about 20 minutes. Truly, you are a gift I must pray about. From Peter Kent. And then this is again from Peter Kent to me saying, Carole, the unpleasant part is the money end. In the past, I had done all fix-up stuff by bid or by time and materials. I have a lot of tools to make things go faster and generally charge $29 per hour for my time. I worked as a subcontractor for a big fix-up firm in Albuquerque for a while, and they bid me at $55 an hour until I got a school and a church to build, and I went off on my own while in school. I am fast and work hard. I usually do not like working more than 6 to 7 hours per day, depending on my energy levels and the work entailed. I am wishing for this to be fair and profitable for you. I thank you for your loving ways. I wish not to be any burden. And then this is apparently my notes, and it says 11/9/01, which is the same date as this, saying, I drove with Peter Kent in the 1998 Dodge van to Jacksonville. We pulled into the parking lot of the Ramada Inn at dusk, and as we drove around back, I realized that this was the same hotel that Judy Watson, Hercules the Snow Leopard, and I stayed in back in August 7th through 11th in 1997 for the Long Island Ocelot Club meeting. I began thinking about what that signified. That was the last normal week of my life. 7 days later, Dawn was gone and my world was shaken upside down. I told Peter Kent what was going on in my head, and I wondered aloud if this was God's way of saying that things would now get back to normal for me. I could love again. I could be happy again. I could see the future again. I wore my gown to bed because I did not want to seem presumptuous, and at some level really thought he should forego sex before this big exam. I would leave the choice up to him. He would know his needs and weaknesses better than I. We continued exploring each other, and then he kissed me. And then I'm not going to read the last paragraph here because it's pretty graphic. I'll end it by saying, I thanked God again for giving me a man who knew how to use the equipment God gave him.